All right. 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 What is good? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know who I is, the good doc, Dr. Mike, back again, once again, with another classic live stream for you guys today. Sincerely hope everybody's blessed. Sincerely hope everybody is having a great one. The good doc is having a fantastic day. Just getting my shit together with the whole jet lag bid, but we're definitely enjoying and loving life the best way that we know how, and that's right here on the Dr. Mike TV video channel. All right, guys, I'm coming in a little yellow. I don't know, it must be the lighting or some shit like that, but we're gonna have some fun tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure y'all check in, clock in, make sure you show some love to the good doc, and let me know what's good with you. Right now, I'm just pouring myself a nice little drink because I'm thirsty. Enjoying time back in the U.S., man. It's only been a couple of days, but you know what? We're enjoying it one day at a time. Get me something to drink real quick. That tasted great. I like these little shot shits, man. They make me happy. All right. So I see we got about 5 watching. I'm going to go ahead and let the chat fill up a little bit before we go ahead and jump into the particular topic of this evening. And what I want you guys to do with this particular topic is I want you guys to participate. I want you guys to tell me what your best travel tips are. One of the best travel tips that I can honestly tell you is to stop telling everyone where you going, when you leaving, and when you coming back. I repeat, stop telling people where you going, when you leaving, and when you coming back. And there is a specific reason for that, which we'll get into a little bit later. But right now, I just want to stop, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. All of you guys coming in, make sure you say what's up to the good doc. Like my man OWM here says, it sure is quiet here, but that was before I came on. But it's getting lonely. I feel like I'm talking to myself, man. I want you guys to go ahead and say what's up to the good doc, so I don't feel quite lonely in this bitch tonight. I want you guys to be a part of the team. I want you guys to be able to tell me what is on your mind. All right. Now, in reference to the topic this evening, there you go, Fred Funky Town. Thank you, Fred, saying what's up to the good doc. Yo, y'all gotta let me know what's good. Gotta let me know where you at and what you're doing in the world today, man. It is officially 8:37 in the p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which makes it about 7:37 in the p.m. Central Time, which makes it about 5:37 in the p.m. for everybody repping that West Coast, and of course 8:37 in the a.m. Philippine Standard Time. Shout out to my boy Derek Floyd in the building. I see you in the building, Playboy. I appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you guys showing some love. All right, let me take a sip real quick. We about to get it in, man. Baltimore Maryland in the building. That's what's up, man. I appreciate all of you guys coming through and showing love, man. But please, please, please feel free. Please feel free to let your boy know what's going on. I definitely, like I said before, I want you guys to participate and give in your best travel tips. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about one travel tip that I do believe is something that we need to take into consideration. But shout out to my boy Samuel Robinson. What's going on? Appreciate you guys. Say hello to me. I see you guys in the building. If you're in the background and you don't want to say shit, you're welcome. Appreciate you being here. But let me know what's going on, man. Let me know you guys are in the building. Shout out to my boy MJ being a place to be. I don't know if you're back from your trip to the Philippines yet, but I've been seeing your pictures on Facebook, man. That's what's up. I see you enjoying yourself. That's really definitely something that I look forward to seeing from all of my fellow travelers to the Philippines. I'm glad to see you guys enjoying yourself. But my man OWM says his first travel tip number 1 is don't be a broke ass traveler. I'm not even sure. That kind of sounds like an oxymoron, but I guess there is a such thing as a broke ass traveler. So I cannot say that is not in. I'm not going to say that that's an inaccurate statement, because there are some travelers that travel on shoestring budgets. So that is highly accurate. But let me go ahead and talk to you guys real quick. Shout out to the homie Casey Hunter. I see you. Appreciate you guys coming through. But yeah, here's what we're going to talk about tonight. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get my spiel out, say my little 20-minute or less monologue about what's on my mind in reference to, my boy Jedi. I see you, family. Appreciate you coming through. I'm going to go ahead and give you my, what was I saying? I was go ahead and give you the synopsis and the analysis of the topic for tonight. Samuel Robinson, yes, I do know Mikey Bustos. He was one of the first ever vloggers I ever watched. My girlfriend introduced me to him. And you know, he's from Canada, or he was a Filipino living in Canada or something like that. So yeah, I'm very familiar with his channel. I actually enjoy his content. I think he's definitely an awesome vlogger. And he did a video a while back when the YouTube demonetization was happening. Remember when YouTube was like, yeah, if you want to continue to be a YouTube partner, you have to have 4,000 watch time hours and 1,000 subscribers. He did a video about that, and I kind of liked where he came from, because he was talking about when he was one of the very few in the beginning that was on YouTube, and the way that you became a partner on YouTube a long time ago, according to him, was he said that you guys had to no, YouTube had to reach out to you and, you know, ask you to be a partner. That's how it used to be back in the day. So you could put videos out for a lot of time, and YouTube was the one that would determine if you could become a partner or not. But nowadays, if you reach the criteria, you're an automatic partner for the most part, after they review your channel and whatever you got going on. So yes, I am very familiar with Mikey Bustos. I do believe that he is one of the better Filipino vloggers out. That, I mean, and you know, his content is all over, but he is one of the better Filipino vloggers. I would put him over quite a few other vloggers. I like him. He's very entertaining. He's funny as hell, and he's real. So big salute to Mikey Bustos. Yeah, I am very familiar with his channel. Lowland Profits, what's going on, family? Appreciate you coming through. I'm gonna get into the topic in a minute, but I'm gonna answer these questions because I'm late. My man James Miller, yes, back in town. I'm coming to visit you, man. I appreciate you. Hey, man, if y'all know where the Good Doc is in the great state of North Carolina, please feel free to say what up, though. All right, my man Sam says Mikey Busto just came out of the closet stating he is bisexual and dating men. I did not hear that, but you know what? If you look at him, I'm not surprised, man. I didn't know that he was bisexual, but if you look at him in his older videos and the way that he carries himself, he does have some feminine traits, and that is what you can say about a lot of men. Some people say I'm gay, so I don't know what to say about that, man. I kind of like pussy and pussy only, but that's neither here nor there. But salute to him, man. Let that man live his truth, man, for sure. My man OWN says, how many broke ass expats hang around in the Philippines? Quite a few, because you could be a broke expat in the Philippines on a very, very small budget and pretty much do extremely well with that small ass budget, because that small ass budget can go a long way in the Philippines. You wouldn't be able to live in Thailand and other places like that. Wouldn't be able to happen. All right. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and knock this sumbitch out, and let's go ahead and rip it off like a band-aid, okay? Best travel tip that I can give you from the Dr. Mike TV channel, stamped, certified, and approved: stop telling everyone where you going, stop telling them when you leaving, and stop telling everybody when you coming back. Okay, the Good Doc is well aware. I'm sorry, I kicked my laptop. The Good Doc is very well aware that you guys, foreigners in general, have the itch to shit on people. Okay, let me say that again. I am very much aware that you guys have the itch to shit on other people. What do I mean by this? Every single time you're going somewhere or doing something or quote unquote living your best life, you have it in your mind that you want to let everybody know exactly what you're doing. Okay, so quote unquote, you have the itch, like ITCH, to shit, SHIT, on other people by showing them how magnificently wonderful your life is. Okay, so where do we do this? Where do we go when we have the itch to shit on people? Social media, Facebook, IG, Twitter, all of these places. We have to let people know that we are the bomb.com, like we are literally killing it and killing the game. Okay, now the reason why I tell people to avoid the itch to shit on people is because when you drop your location and show everybody that you're not around where you are, that's how people get robbed. I'm gonna be real with you. Unless you got somebody house sitting watching your shit, that's how people get robbed. You let people know where you going, when you leaving, and when you're gonna be back. So when they know that your house is likely sitting empty, or your living space is likely unprotected in one way, shape, or form, that really starts to attract sticky fingers, especially with people who know you, people who know where you stay at. Now, I'm not saying that's everybody. I'm not saying that everybody knows where you live at, but the majority of the people on your Facebook timeline just might know a little bit of information about you. And if they can stake your house out for a specific amount of time because they know you're going to be gone for a week, because they know that you're going to be gone for a couple of weeks, and they can stake the place out and for lack of a better term, figure out that nobody fucking with your shit, or nobody's watching your shit, or nobody's doing what they're supposed to do to look over your current living situation, kind of opens the door for sticky fingers and people to actually come around and do things. Like I said, not everybody on your social media feed is going to know everything about you, but those that know enough about you, I mean, you would hope that your friends wouldn't do that. But come on now, when people know that you're out doing your thing, living your best life, it kind of makes people jealous. Correct me if I'm wrong. The reason you guys have the itch to shit on other people is because you want to make them jealous. And jealousy spurs a lot of animosity in people. Correct me if I am wrong. So if people know that you're leaving and people know that you're not in your current living space, kind of opens the door for some shit to happen. Bad shit to happen. And I don't want any of that shit to happen to my people. So this is what I recommend. This is what I recommend. And I'm going to go ahead and run to the chat. I usually delay. I have a tendency to delay my post sometimes. I like to delay post, especially when I'm leaving and I don't know who's going to be around my shit. I like to delay my post. Sometimes if I'm going on vacation and I'm only going to be gone for a couple of weeks, I may not post anything until I'm already back. You understand? So I can shit on people to show them how awesome my vacation was. But a lot of you guys, such as myself, I do like to live in the moment, and I want people to see what's happening with me in the moment, but I kind of reserve from doing shit like that. So you guys have to, in hindsight, that's just my whole spiel. It's kind of how I feel is right. Got my Red Bull in the building. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't had any of these in the Philippines, so when I get them, I gotta drink it. Don't kill me. Oh, it's chilly, bitch. But yeah, that's all I had to say, guys. I'm gonna read the comments right now. I see we got 20 watching. I appreciate all 20 of you coming through, showing love to the good doc. Thank you. Maraming salamat sa lahat. Thank you very much for your continued efforts to watch me, even though I'm not in the Philippines. I know it's only been a couple of days, but we're gonna keep it pushing and keep it moving like we always do. So make sure you caress, molest, and de-stress yourself all over that like button. Trust me, that's the reason why it's called the like button, because it actually likes it when you do that. And of course, if you guys want to support the channel and support the good doc, you already know how to do so. But of course, the good doc is happy that you come through and spend just a little bit of your time with him today. Nayon din. Now let's go ahead and get back to our regularly scheduled programming. All right. My man Jedi says he said better being a broke-ass expat in the Philippines than being an even more broke-ass in the U.S. somewhere else in the West. That's true. Like I said, your money goes a long way when you're broke in U.S. standards. Your money goes a long way in the East. So, again, you can live a pretty decent life on very little in the Philippines, and I've seen people do it. I've seen videos of people who live that life, and I can't be mad at them for doing that. My man Samuel Robinson says, how should a foreigner in the PI answer the question, what do you do for a living, without revealing too much information? Well, I'll put it to you like this. How can a foreigner, are you asking me how can a foreigner tell another foreigner, or how can a foreigner tell a Filipino? Because that's two different things. If you're talking to another foreigner, shouldn't really matter. If you're a truck driver, you can say, yeah, I drive trucks. If you're in construction, I do construction. If you teach like I do, I'm a teacher. And you can leave it at that. But if you are a foreigner trying to explain to a Filipino what your work is, I don't answer the question. I never answer the question. What I do is I flip the question. I did a video on this. I flipped the question. Actually, the video title is Questions to Avoid in the Philippines. If you can find that video. Hey, yo, I know my boy Malcolm can. Malcolm, if you can post the link to that video for me, I know you know how to find that shit. If anybody can scroll down and find the video that I posted called Mistakes to Avoid While in the Philippines. I think I just did it in March, probably the early part of April. If you guys can find that, can you post the link in the chat for me so that people can actually see that video, I would appreciate that. But yeah, I just try not to answer the question at all. It's not worth it. It's not necessary. Just tell them I work. Tell them I got a job, you know? Or if you want to flip the question, they ask you what you do for a living, ask them what they do for a living. If they say they don't have a job, then you tell them I don't have a job either. That's what I do. My man Lowland says my homie does that. He goes away for 3 weeks and thinks he's balling, and then work his ass off for the rest of the year. Ain't that about a bitch? And a lot of people go on these vacations lavishly and put all their money on credit cards, right? So yeah, you may live 3 weeks at a time and kill it and have the time of your life, but ultimately down the line, you're over here maxing out a credit card of like 10 grand. Now you got to work your ass off to pay it off, and you're spending half your check trying to pay off a fucking vacation that only lasted you for 3 weeks. It's the world we're living in, man. People do crazy shit. My man Jedi says, best tell them you want a limited monthly budget. If you have more, don't tell them. That is very true. Limited monthly budget works. Instead of telling them what the job is, you can just tell them I make a certain amount of money, but that's all I got to my name for at least a month or so. But I have known Filipinos to figure out ways to stretch that budget for you. So sometimes it's not necessarily a bad idea to tell them how much money you make, especially if they're there to help you. Not necessarily help you spend it, but to help you budget it. So it may not be a bad thing. But again, make sure they know that your money is limited. That's a good one, Jedi. I appreciate that. My man Malcolm says, well, I don't live alone and there's a dog around, so be my guest. It's your funeral. Like I said, if you don't live alone, then there's no problem. But if you do live alone, apartment, whatever it is, could be a problem. My man Samuel Robinson says, when should you reveal your career to a Filipino you are interested in? The revealing of a career, just give it time, man. You'll figure out the best time to do it. Couple months in. If it's a topic of conversation and you feel open to wanting to discuss it, maybe don't discuss salary ever. Don't discuss money ever. But if you want to discuss career path, not a problem. My thing for me, though, my thing about me is I went to school in the Philippines, so I just told them I was a student, you know, because that was what I did. So again, it was easy for me to divulge certain information. But like I said, over time, it'll take time for you to be able to reveal such information, but only when you start to feel comfortable, you go ahead and do that. So again, my best travel tip, as mentioned before, stop telling everybody where you're going, when you're leaving, and when you're going to be back. And that should definitely help you somewhere down the line somewhere. My man Casey says, I only let need to know people know my moves, my neighbors that look out for my place. Exactly. But when you're on social media, that's the thing. This is the thing. You don't necessarily brag about it to friends that you see in person. Sometimes you do, but most of the time, most of the bragging comes on social media, right? When you're out there living your best life on the beach and shit, and you want people to see you, and they be like, damn, I didn't know Casey was over there in the Philippines kicking it on Boracay Beach or Palawan Beach. Damn, how long you been going? Somebody message you on Facebook saying, yo, man, I see you living your life, or put a comment at the end of your picture and shit. Now, all of a sudden, everybody know your space and where you at and what you're doing, and they know your ass ain't home, and nobody knows when you coming home. So it kind of leaves people wide open to your shit. That's the only thing that I don't like. James, it feels good to be home, my brother. It feels good to be back in the great state of North Kakalaki. I love it. And I'm probably going to get tired of it very, very soon. But as long as I keep my head down, focus on making that money, my transition back to the Philippines will come as soon as I know it. Or it'll come relatively quicker this time around. I'm going to have a very, very quick turnaround this time around. No doubt in my mind. But shout out to my man James out there in the great state of Indiana. I do remember you told me you're from Indiana. Captain, I do, man. I truly do, fam. I ain't gonna shit on it. I'm not gonna lie about it. When you have a connection with somebody, you have to miss them. Shit, you're supposed to. If you don't give a fuck, that's a scary thing. All right, Malcolm, appreciate you for doing that, guys. If you want to watch the video about the questions to avoid, there it goes right there. Appreciate you, Malcolm. My man Malcolm says I did plenty of stretching and budgeting with her. I'm not going to read between the lines on that one. I'm gonna let you do your thing. Casey, me and you on the same page, man. I'm not posting anything until I get back home. The thing about me, though, I'm gonna be real with you, and this is the funniest thing ever. I don't post on Instagram. I barely post on Facebook. I barely post on Facebook. I barely post on Instagram. If you guys want to know what's really going on in my life, this right here is the place to be. YouTube is the only way that you guys are going to find out all the information you need, because I'm going to sit here and talk to you and tell you about it. But as far as posting pictures on IG and Facebook and shit like that, who do I need to impress online? Who is there for me to impress to show people that I'm living my best life? They be like, oh, Mike's in the Philippines again. Whoop-de-doo. Been there, done that. You understand? So it's not like there's really anything, extra exciting about it. Like I said, unless you want to feel the itch to shit on people, then that's between you and who you trying to shit on, I guess. I would tag that person specifically so that they can see me living my best life. I've done that before. I don't know if you guys are as petty as me, but I did do that one time before when I was really young, and I first moved to the Philippines, and there was a girl that I liked that didn't like me back. I was tagging her in pictures of me with my classmates and shit, the prettiest Filipina that you could ever imagine yourself with, man. I'm telling you, I was doing that on purpose. I was trying to shit on her. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean Facebook. I meant MySpace, not Facebook. But back then, MySpace was the thing, and I was basically tagging her and showing her the pictures and all kinds of shit, because that's just the type of person I am. I've grown up and I've matured a little bit. And yeah. It's kind of how my life is. Shout out to the homie Thomas Travis. What's going on? He says, I tell them dates, but I'll tell them the wrong dates. Usually I add us to trap 3 days. That's a good thing to do. Like I said, if you're going to tell people where you're going, do it, but do it in a decent fashion. One that works better to your benefit. For sure. Shout out to my boy Big Cab. What's going on, family? Appreciate you coming through. My man Sam Robinson says, can't find the Filipina research. Can a Filipina research you by looking you up on Facebook and putting 2 and 2 together? I wonder if I should close down my Facebook page when traveling. Do you use your name on Facebook? If you use your real name on Facebook, but it's a common name, I would no. Actually, you know what I do though? If you're smart, change the settings on your Facebook page. Like the setting on my Facebook page, you can't research me. You cannot find me by my name. Unless, not even if you are a friend of a friend, can you find me on Facebook. So if you go in and change your settings, you should be fine. If you do that, if you have a common name like John Smith or something, and there's a million John Smiths, it should have to scroll through a lot of people to try to find you. So yeah, she could do the research, but she's really got to want to know about you in order to make that happen. But like I said, man, it goes however you see it though, but you got to figure it out what works best for you. I changed the settings on my Facebook page so nobody can find me. Unless I want them to find me, they can't find me. Shout out to my boy Heminger. What's going on? He says, Dr. Mike, the guy in the previous live stream was trying to tell you the average Cupid girl, okay, demands 2,000 pesos. This is actually true based on my experience on my last trip. Okay. Oh, that's what he was trying to tell me. I thought he was saying that I had to pay 2,000 for the site. Thank you for the clarification. But I still think that comes out cheaper than the bar scene where you're paying $3,000 and above, at like 3,500 or something like that. So you still come out relatively cheaper through Cupid if that's the way you want to do it. My man Hemi says that I'd say bar girls are cheaper these days than Filipinos with their crazy demands. And you're probably right. You're probably right. If you find one that's crazy demanding, I do feel for you, my friend. Shout out to my boy Jerry from Philippines Bound. I saw his Angeles City walking street videos. Those videos are taken off. So shout out to Jerry doing his thing when he was in AC. I saw you. Then you know that I seen you. I seen you in my area and my latte as well, man. So shout out to you. And thank you for the hotel reviews, man. I appreciate the content. My man Casey says, I keep my social media private. Me too. Can't see what I'm doing unless I add you. Very true. Sometimes I fucking block people that I don't want to see me. For sure. My man Sam Juan, what's going on? He says, you're right by not posting your travel plans. However, once your channel booms after your new YouTube plans take effect, you'll have to start using Instagram and Twitter for marketing purposes. Yes, you are 100% correct. The only thing that I use Instagram for right now is when I'm trying to promote the podcast. I'll put up my podcast stream and I'll put the link in the description so people can check it out. But that's about as much as I do as far as promoting it. But you're right, though. I'm going to need to use social media to promote my shit when I start to boom. Trust me, I'm gonna eventually hit my tipping point. I don't know where that is, don't know when it's gonna happen. All I know is I'm gonna enjoy the ride all the way through and through, man. I love all of you guys. So when it happens, all right? But you're right though. I'm definitely gonna need to use that for business purposes down the line. Casey, you're right, man. Your name is probably something that would probably come up with a lot of white guys. But you know what? They'll scroll through and find the one black face with the white name, and maybe that'll fuck you up. I don't know, man. We'll have to see. But yes, you got to keep it private, man. That's what I do know. You got to keep your stuff private. Malcolm must have had the time of his life in AC, man. Malcolm, you must have lived it up, fam. I ain't mad at you. My man MD, what's going on, man? You are late to the party, but you didn't miss anything. We were talking about the best travel tip of not telling people on social media or in public about where you're going, when you're coming back, and etc. etc. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but definitely what I want you guys to do is to leave your best travel tip. I want you guys to tell me what your best travel tip is. That would be important for me. Hold on, guys. I got to get my shit together. Shit. Okay. There we go. Tell me what you guys believe to be the best travel tip for traveling anywhere in the world. Doesn't have to be to the Philippines specifically, but tell me what your guys' best travel tip. I would love to hear it. My man Brian, that's what's going on. Hemi says, Dr. Mike, your experience is in a different city and in a different area and different demographic. The average girl these days is going to have off the charts demands. You know what? How can we say this? You're right. My area is different. 100% correct. You're right. My area is way different. Going to Manila, going to Cebu, I think that's where you're going to find the girls with the off the charts demands. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen in Davao. I've had pretty hilarious demands from me in the past, but what I will say is that you'll probably find the girls with the most demands in the higher traffic foreigner areas, Angeles City, Manila, Metro Manila area, Cebu, and places like that. And the reason that I say that is because it's a high traffic area for foreigners. And when you're in a high traffic area for foreigners and they know that you're not going to give it to them, chances are they can roll the dice and probably find somebody that will be willing to give it to them. You understand? And so, yeah, in the high traffic foreign areas, how can I say this? In the high traffic foreigner areas, yeah, the high demands will be there, but they expect one of the 4, 5, 10 foreigners that they ask to give them the money. So, yeah, that's probably why. Probably why. You gotta block them. Like Thomas says, man, when they ask for money, don't waste your breath, don't waste your time. Just block it. Just don't even entertain it. Sometimes I like to play games and I like to see what I could do or try to convince them of, but sometimes I'm just bored. I just block them if that's the case. Exact location, yeah, never give that shit either. Thomas says his 2 good tips are: first, get a Charles Schwab account so you don't have to pay fees at the ATM, and second, always make extra photocopies of your passport. Yeah, definitely very, 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 very good tips for foreigners. See, I don't have a Charles Schwab account, but I do have a USAA, and they kind of do the exact same thing. USAA does they give me a refund on my charges that I put on my card or some shit like that, or through the ATM. Yeah, they do refund me for that. Malcolm, I am glad that you definitely had the time of your life, man. That's what we all come to the Philippines for. Anyways, we got to be able to enjoy our life and live our best lives, people. So if you came to the Philippines, you saw the Philippines, you conquered the Philippines, by all means, you did what you set out to do, my friend. So that is the best, the best thing I could do. Best thing you could tell anybody. And yes, please, I'm glad that you decided to put the condoms to good use, my friend. I would rather you tell me that than something else, because I don't need no little Malcolms running around here right now. I don't think the world is ready for the little Malcolms right now. You gotta be careful with that one. My man Hemi says the girls in Mindanao have huge demands too. If you speak Cebuano, they have commonality. Yeah, that's true. Cebuano and Bisayan are damn near the exact same language. Absolutely accurate. I've never come across girls with high demands though. Like I said, I can count them all on one hand. How many have come at me with excuse me, extravagant demands? Extravagant demands, in my opinion, anything that would cost me over 5,000 pesos. That's extravagant. My man San Juan says, if you tell your Filipina your flight details, she's guaranteed to meet you at the airport, maybe with 8 of her family members, and not leave your side until you leave. Yeah, that's true. When you show up, you show up. I tell them I get there when I get there. Now, because I'm with my girl and because she's been around for a long time, meeting at the airport, we already know the deal. We already know each other. But if it's a first time situation with your lady and all of the above, she is likely to meet you at the airport with some family members. Maybe not 8 of them, but with some, especially if it's your first time meeting. So I say don't tell people where you're gonna be at and when you showing up. Or at least lie. Or tell them your flight got canceled or some shit so that she don't show up at the right time or some stuff. So that might work. Okay. My man, fellow traveler, what's going on? I mean, Hemi, I do agree with what you say, man. I mean, Filipinos are Filipinos. Filipinas are Filipinas. Sometimes you're gonna come across those that have certain demands that must be met in order to make it happen. So, like I said, we gotta live with what we got ahead of us. My man, fellow traveler, says, Dr. Mike, good evening. What's going on, brother? He says, so how long did you stay in the Philippines? Can you do a budget video? Shit. Fellow traveler, I was in the country for way longer than I thought. I can't even remember. I think I touched down in June or July, considering I just got back like maybe 8 months or some shit like that, 8 to 10 months. Doing a budget video, I did have that planned. I did have that planned. I was trying to figure out the best way to put it together because I had to make sure that I covered all of the budgeting aspects because my personal budget and what I spend for may not be somebody else's budget. Like, for example, if I was using jeepneys to travel, but other foreigners are going to use taxi cabs, that kind of, that's going to make a very, very big difference in the price and transportation. So there's a lot of things to consider and a lot of aspects, and that video may be like 30 minutes long. So I got to figure out a way to condense it into a video that talks about the basic common spending things, food, shelter, activities, things like that. I got to figure out how to wind it up and keep it under at least 10 minutes. So I will definitely try my best to do a budget video. That was exactly on my mind when I got back, but I just haven't figured out what to tackle as far as topics are concerned. I do not have an account with Sophie Bank, or is it Aspiration? I've never heard of those, but I'm gonna do my research on them. But you guys, I think even Jerry says that he uses the Charles Schwab, I think. Or is it what's the other bank that you could do? The other one is one of those other popular banks. I forgot what they are. There's one other one than Charles Schwab, man. I can't remember the name of it though. My man Hemi says I used to meet a girl at the airport, but after I went to Vietnam with the girl I met at the airport, it went bad and awkward, and I won't make that mistake again. Well, that's Vietnam, my friend. I mean, Vietnam and Filipinas. I mean, Vietnamese women and Filipinas are definitely two different ends of the spectrum. They may both be Asian, but that's definitely different. I'm glad Charles Schwab's treating you well, Malcolm. My man Hemi says, did you know that according to the Patriot Act, if you bank figures out, you're not going to come back, they can close your account. So I wonder how one becomes a perpetual traveler. Um That's a good question. You're right. It's very. I did not know that they'll shut your account down if you're not coming back. But I did think that as long as you had money coming into the account, it didn't matter. I didn't really think that it mattered as long as you had money coming into the account. But that, we do have to figure out what they take into consideration. So that's definitely another great travel tip. Understanding how your bank operates and how it functions in reference to traveling, especially if you can't open an account in that particular country that you are traveling to or living in. That makes it very, very difficult for foreigners down the line if you choose to shut down or freeze their bank account, because then they have to try to call from around the country talking about, hello, my bank account froze, y'all need to unfreeze it. They may be like, oh, well, you need to sign some papers, you need to do this, you need to do that. Could become a big, big, big pain and a major headache. So definitely, like with USAA, the thing about USAA that's awesome and it's weird at the exact same time is that where I live, USAA does not have a brick and mortar. They don't have an established bank. They have the ATM only. And if I want to do banking transactions, larger transactions and stuff like that, I can do it online. But if I'm doing something business related with USAA, I usually have to call them and get the information based on that. They got a 1-800 and they could actually do the shit for me while I'm talking to them. So, wherever I am in the world, I'll always be able to take care of business that way. So, maybe Charles Schwab is the same. I don't know, but I did not know that they will close your bank account, though. That's definitely something to take into consideration if you are a perpetual traveler. Casey says, when a Filipina asks me what I do for a living, I do like Kevin Hart is said on the wedding ring. I answer questions with a comment or something random that throws them off. I like that. I remember the wedding ringer. I just don't remember what he said as part of his response. He says, how was the post-Philippines hangover going from hero to zero? I can relate. The post-Philippine hangover. I like that. I like the way you worded it. To be honest with you, it's not as bad as people play it out to be. And the reason that it's not that bad is because I've been through it before. This isn't the first time. Probably won't even be the last time. But what I've noticed is it gets easier as you continue to do it. But again, because I have somebody that's over there, makes it a little bit more difficult. Because I have things that I care about over there, it does make it a little bit harder. But as far as going from the hero to the zero, I enjoy that much. I mean, ironically, I enjoy not being the center of attention, if that makes sense. Because I'm not always the center of attention in the Philippines, okay? That's not what I'm saying. But I kind of enjoy it because now I can focus on the grind again. At least when you're in the Philippines, I could grind, but I grinded a little bit, sitting in front of my laptop, transactioning, doing what I do online and being done. But here I can get out, do shit, talk to the people I need to, take care of business, make money, and I don't care about anything else. I go home, I have conversations with my people on YouTube, and that becomes my life until I'm able to get back to traveling, So for me, it makes life easier because I'm able to refocus, if that makes sense. When you're the hero in the Philippines, it becomes very, very difficult to focus because you're so worried about, let's say, for example, if you're single, you're so worried about hooking up with this girl and that girl and this girl and that girl and all of that shit. And after a while, as long as I stayed there, I had to be able to fit in work too. So at times, if you think about it, I'm more focused on going out and having fun and doing what I'm doing, as opposed to focusing on, what brings in the paper. You understand? So at least being back in the United States, it's easy for me to focus on what I'm doing because I'm not distracted by anything else. So going from the hero to the zero always works best in my favor because I'm not worried about trying to fuck every girl I see. Best thing I can tell you. That'll be the best way for me to say it. But it's gonna get difficult over time, but I'll live. My man Hemi says, I plan to always have a backup bank account or two when I won't get permanent travel notifications for the car so they won't know even when I'm traveling. And it's a good idea if you lose cards anyways, having backups. Didn't know that. See, for me, luckily for me, because I have Philippine bank accounts, I'm good. I don't have to worry about taking out money every other week or every week or so from my U.S. bank account. But actually, that might be a question to ask my boy Jay, Black American Expat. I know that he functions with a American bank account, as far as I know. I'm not sure if he has a Philippine one yet, but I know that if he gets his money like anybody else that gets paid, you get paid in your U.S. bank account and then you take it out. So if he hasn't had any problems, I would definitely be interested to see how that works out for him through that particular way. MD says, leaving is usually a different story for me. That's when everyone shows up. I didn't know that. Not the way that I see it. Captain says he likes it when his girl meets him at the airport. Nice to see a familiar face. Very true. When you touch down, it is always good to see somebody you know. It ain't going to kill you. It ain't going to hurt you. My man Hemi says, what would you do in a situation where a girl wants to accuse you of something? Last time I had to flee. Is this a good rule of thumb? Would you try to buy your way out? No. No, you're right. You did the best thing that you could. You fled. You want to know why? Because the accusation alone would kill you. Especially in the Philippines, wherever it is, I would flee. And the reason that I would flee, see, like for example, for myself, if that happened in Davao, I'm good. I'm set. I got friends. I got people who work in political offices that I know and things like that. So I'm good in Davao. I got people who can vouch for me. I got people who have my back. I have PMP on my cell phone as we speak. I got friends that work in, the Philippine National Police, that work for the Davao City Police Office. So I'm good in Davao on accusations. But let's say that shit happens somewhere that I'm not familiar with. I'm out. And you did a good thing to flee, because regardless of how you feel, you're going to spend some time in jail. Whether you're spending time in jail trying to defend yourself, but you're going to get some jail time. And that may be a couple of days, maybe a couple of hours, but you're still going to go to jail whether you like it or not. And trust me, I've seen Philippine jails. Them shits are disgusting. I'm talking about a hole in the wall, a hole in the floor where you piss, and then all of the guys sitting in one cell. It's fucked up, guys. I would not wish Philippine jail on my worst enemy. You guys remember the podcast I told you about the time I almost got arrested? It's not for everybody, and I'm not cut out for jail. I'm not cut out for it. That's why I stay on the straight and narrow. So if you had to in order to save your ass, if you had to flee or get away, you did the best thing that you could for yourself. If you have no attachment or anything worth losing in that area, I'd get the fuck up tomorrow. I'm not willing to risk it. I would get on a bus going somewhere, or the next whatever, leaving. Pop smoke, man. That's the best thing you could do for yourself. If I got in trouble in a place, I would take a bus to the next city that I can fly out of and be gone. Best thing I can tell you. But buying your way out, it's not worth it to risk the money. Unless you're caught. Like, if they catch you and you have no choice but to pay, then I pay. Then I would pay. But if you have a chance to escape, I'm out. I'm not going to get extorted by nobody. My man Jedi says he has 2 wallets, one with pesos in it and one with home country cash in it. Keep your home country wallet in your hotel safe. I like that. Definitely make sure that you don't really keep all of your money in one place. That is definitely another tip. Other than having the 2 wallets, please make sure that you don't keep all of your money in one place. So if you have some money in your safe, don't put everything that you have in the safe. Just to be safe, maybe not everything. Large portion of it, but make sure you have money in different places. That definitely works well. Before I forget, I see we got 23 watching. I appreciate all 23 of you coming through, showing love to the good doc. Make sure you caress, molest, and de-stress yourself all over that like button. That is the reason that they call it the like button. So definitely make sure you take care of that for the good doc. That would definitely put a big ass smile on my face. And if you guys want to support the channel, you already know how to do so. But of course, the good doc is happy that you come through. Spend just a little bit of your time with him today. Now let's go ahead and get back to our regularly scheduled programming. And if you guys want your copy of the BOOTYLOO Chronicles, I'm sorry. You are slipping and killing yourselves if you do not have a copy of that book right now. That is the best book written in 2019. Probably the best book that you'll read in 2020. So don't sleep on it. Make sure you get your copy of the BOOTYLOO Chronicles right now. Listed in the link in the description area below. Amazon.com, of course. PDF copy by yours truly. All you got to do is email me. Tell the good doc I got to have that BOOTYLOO Chronicles, and we'll make sure that we shoot that your way. All right. My man Hemi says, Dr. Mike, do you set up a VoIP? Oh, I know what you mean. To get text messages while overseas for banks and other accounts so you do not get locked out. Google can lock out if they do not recognize. Oh, okay. The thing with my bank is I get email notifications constantly, and also I get notifications through the online app. Like I got an online app for USAA. Anytime I get documentation, anything that needs to be taken care of immediately, they send me notifications, on point. So I'm very lucky in that particular instance. If there's going to be a problem, at least I know about it in advance, or I can call them and tell them, look, I plan on traveling. Can you unlock my shit for travel so that you don't lock it when I use it one time? And they'll be like, okay, where do you plan on traveling? I'll be like, okay, I'm going to the Philippines, and I'm also going to be in this place and this place around this time. That way they can open it for those particular areas without problem. My man Sam says women under 30 are going to have higher demands, and that's why I prefer women 32 to 37 range. I do. I think dating older women, 30 in the 30s, definitely are more sensible and more realistic. I will say that. Let me repeat that one more time for those that don't listen to me very well. Women ages 30 and above are more sensible. I'm not going to sit there and tell you that they're not going to have demands, but they're sensible in their demands, okay? Or they're sensible in what they ask. They're not necessarily demands because they know that they're too old to be demanding shit from a foreigner, but they're more realistic in their approach to what they ask from foreigners. 21-year-olds, 18-year-olds know that they are the cream of the crop, especially if they have a tight little body, nice little frame. They know foreigners will throw anything at them, and if you won't throw it at them, somebody else will. So they probably have no act right. They have no chill. They probably will jump from you to another because they know that their window is going to be limited one way or another. So they need to get it together. So, you just got to be careful in that particular essence. But yes, I do agree 100% that 30 and above, probably your best bet. If you are in your later years, if you are around the age of 20, 25 or something like that, and you're traveling, doing your thing, 27, you can deal with the young ones if you want to. My man says Schwab is good. Refund ATM fees, no Forex exchange. None of the others do both. Like I said, I don't really need it because I usually carry cash with me. When I travel, I carry cash with me and I cash it out and I put it in my Philippine bank account when I get there. So I don't really have too many issues when it comes to dealing with the banks and stuff, but I try to keep everybody on the, there you go, Citibank priority. That's what I was looking for. That's the other bank, Citibank. Fidelity. Okay. He said a bank representative told me on the phone directly she would and could close a bank account according to the Patriot Act if they find out you have no intentions to come back. Well, I do believe that in one way or another, you have to go back. I don't know what it's like with you guys, but whenever I have issues with my bank, I need to like recover or redo shit for my bank, like re-sign signature cards and stuff. You got to do that stuff in person. So you do have to go back, even if it's just for a limited time only. I think one way or another, you do have to find your way back to the U.S. for safety purposes, just to get shit done. You can't pay taxes, all the time without being able to file like you should. So, yeah. All right. Malcolm, you almost cried when you left the Philippines, bruh. Bruh, trust me, we always almost cried. I tell you, man, you thought I was joking when I made that video the time I almost cried when I left the Philippines. That's one of my most popular videos now because I was real, man. That's how I felt, man. I felt a tear come down my eye. Like, fuck, it's over. but it's only over temporarily. But you got to know you'll be right. You'll be back, man. Thomas, yeah, about 8 months, man. I just figured out my finances and I can manage 4 months this year. Hey, man, if you can do 4 months comfortably, do it, man. Just fucking do it. We only get to live once. We only get to travel when the time allows us to travel. So I definitely want you to live it up. I know that I was able to live it up. It was fucking awesome. I can't take it back for anything in the world, and I won't take it back. I'm going to be back at it like a crack addict, people. Just give me my time. I tell people often, save your money. That's my thing. I'm a big saver. If you guys remember a long time ago, remember when before I went back to the Philippines and did this whole thing for those that were on the channel at that time? I used to talk so much shit because every Friday and every Saturday I was live. I was like, I could be out right now, hanging out in these fucking American clubs, doing this, doing that, doing the other. But I'm sitting here talking to a whole bunch of dudes, likely here on YouTube and shit. I say, because that's what I love to do. No homo, but I like being able to sit here and talk to my people. It saves money. It gives me a chance to have fun. It gives me a chance to get my thoughts out. People will listen. They'll respond. They'll agree. They'll disagree. They can tell me go to hell. They can say, you know what, I fucks with you. But at the end of the day, we were able to share in a conversation. Like I said, you guys could be doing anything in the world right now, but you guys are choosing to sit here and listen to me have this conversation. So with all the love and respect that I have for you, thank you. Because this is what I do on the weekends. When I'm back home, I don't go out, I don't party, I don't do shit like that. Matter of fact, I'm too old for that. Besides, I don't have time for it. As long as there's money to be made, I'm gonna find a way to make it. So when I get back to the Philippines, I have more green to my name than when I left. You feel me? That's kind of how I live my life when I'm back home. So it's nothing. Like I said, if you can save your money and you can manage 4 months, shit, knock it out, man. I do. Hey, I got T-Mobile. Hemi. I mean, I got a plan on T-Mobile, but it works okay. My internet doesn't work. Actually, my internet works just fine. But as far as making phone calls and shit, I didn't try that. I just use the people that I really need to contact. They're on Viber, they're on WhatsApp, they're on those types of sites. So as far as making phone calls, I never really had to worry about stuff like that. Shout out to my boy Frederick Mason from the great state of North Carolina. Back in the building, man. Shout out to all my University of North Carolina Chapel Hill fans too. And if you fuck with Duke, yeah, I fuck with you too. But yeah, man, appreciate you guys coming through, man. My man Casey says the best line you can use when they ask you about how you make your money. Let me tell you a story about myself. I got hair on my balls and I make money in the end. That's pretty funny though. Derek, that's a good question. If you're going to do a 60-day visa in the Philippines, you can actually do the 60-day visa before you leave. Show them that you have a plane ticket, that you plan on traveling to the Philippines, and then I think you can go ahead and file it while you're in the U.S. Probably better to do that than wait to get to the Philippines because, like I said before, the process when you get into the Philippines, a lot of you guys already know the process. But if you're going to do the 60 days, shit, I can't remember how much it costs. But if you're going to do 60 days here, you're better off, you're going to get the 30 days when you land, and then you're going to be able to do another month, which will probably not be that expensive. So you probably should just go ahead and do it when you touch down, but you can get it done before you leave. Oh, Yali World. You know what? I did a live stream on that. Yali World, you said, what's the new charge of annoying a Filipina? Let me tell you what that is. It is illegal to catcall in the Philippines now. It is illegal to catcall. You can't whistle or harass a Filipina like that. I did a live stream on this shit, and they're implementing the rule in Manila. I didn't know that it was already in Cebu, but I guess that shit's all over. But you cannot catcall Filipinas anymore. Don't whistle at them. Don't try to get their attention that way, because that's a fine. Now, all of a sudden. That's very true. I mean, if you go to jail, wow, I think they'll let you pay, but they'll probably end up kicking you out the country if you get fined for it more than a couple of times. My man said I had a condo on lease, but I fled out of the country because the risks weren't worth it. Fleeing to a city isn't good enough if you have to flee the country. Hmm. I guess you. Damn. It would suck to have to leave a whole country though. But if it must be done, it must be done. They have portable safes you can buy on Amazon that can lock your stuff to your room. Okay. They wouldn't stop they wouldn't stop a really determined thief, but probably a good idea if you're a solo traveler. You know what? That's probably not bad. A portable safe. That sounds dope. But my thing is people could just pick the damn safe up and walk away with it. That would be my scary thing. Whether they can get into it or not, people can pick that shit up and just walk away with it. You know, so I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. Yes, I have come across some spy cams on Amazon that are pretty decent. I haven't used them yet, so I don't know how good they are. But you might be able to find some on Amazon. I'm thinking about doing that too, but only if I need it. I mean, I don't really see a need for it right now. Casey, motherfucker, I be over here crying and shit. Ain't nothing wrong with crying, god dang it. Let me live. My man says, when I leave the US, I have a computer friend. He will scan my mail and send it to me overseas. Cool. Excuse me. My boy, Mr. Wonderful, what's going on, man? Oh, it's 20 minutes unless you have Google Voice. Okay. Oh, excuse me, guys. Yeah. 30 days upon arrival, for sure. Do you know if it is easy to bring a girl from another country to the Philippines and she can stay like 3 years like Americans? He says, is it easy to bring a girl from another country to the Philippines? You have to check their immigration rules. Probably not. I mean, there probably shouldn't be a problem with it if they can get their 30 days like you, but you have to check the immigration rules on that one. I don't see why you shouldn't be able to. You don't know what Deca Homes is? I love Deca Homes. That's very popular. They're like row houses. He said no. The portable safe has a lock to it, to your table or something. It's like lock cable on a laptop. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm like portable safe. Okay. Yes. Are you guys talking about the lock tote? It seems like a good idea, made out of a really hard plastic, so it's easy to store in luggage. Okay. But yeah, I did think, Jerry, you're right. I did think about the lock tote. I did think about that. I thought about getting me one myself before I travel again, but I don't know. If I get one, it'll be like that small one though, just something I can just lock my shit in. But I don't know, man. I might get a lock tote. Is there anybody else that thinks that lock totes are awesome? Let me know in the chat. As far as a good travel tip, do you think it's a good idea for guys to have a lock tote or the portable safe? That's what I want to ask you guys. Lock tote or portable safe? Let me know. Is it a good idea for the lock tote or to get the portable safe? First of all, which one is cheaper and which one do you believe will be more beneficial in the long run? I would definitely be interested in that one. the lock tote is awesome, San Juan. Okay. It's a great bed. Hey man, you guys have convinced me. I'm is there a specific, do I have to get the lock tote brand or can I get any brand of the bag? Is the lock tote the brand name or what do you guys tell me about that one? I need you guys to tell me. I've heard about it, I've seen it. Are there any products that work similarly or you just really got to do it that way? So lock totes, All right, Malcolm says he's got one. Okay. He says, and I got a master lock portable safe, but not sure if I can take it on a plane or is it safe. Hmm. So my next time around, I need to consider getting a lock tote bag. Hmm. Huh. Well, that's something to think about on the next time around, people. So for sure, I'm definitely interested to hear what you guys got to say about it. Do you believe that the lock tote is great? A best travel tip, something that is a requirement when you go traveling anywhere, not even just to the Philippines, but anywhere. Jedi, relax, brother. Don't smoke. Don't do drugs in the Philippines at all. I often have conversations with my foreigners about this. You'd be surprised at how many people send me emails about the rules on smoking marijuana. I try to tell them, don't do drugs in the Philippines at all. Just don't. It's not gonna be in your favor. It'll never work out in your favor. Just don't do drugs. It's like I'm the damn Smokey the Bear in the commercial, the Dare commercials. Remember the Dare commercials? Only you can prevent forest fires. Only you can get yourself locked up for smoking drugs in the Philippines. So just it's a no-go for me, man. I try to tell my people it's just not worth it. It's not worth it, guys. It's not worth it. Because yes, they probably will kill you. It's sad to say. They won't kill. I haven't heard of foreigners getting killed, but they will kill the locals, no doubt in my mind. You might get locked up with a heavy fine, but then again, who knows, man? If you come up missing, I don't know what to tell you, bro. But you got to be careful, man. My man Hemi says, did you see any foreigners from other parts of Asia or Africa on perpetual tourist visas like Americans in the Philippines? China? Yes, Chinese, Japanese. They got those specialty visas. Koreans, I've seen them on the 30-day specialty visa. Africans, I'm not too sure. I never asked them if they got a 30-day visa. I never asked any of them what their visa status was because many of them that I come across, I didn't come across them in the airport. I came across them while they were studying in the Philippines or already in the country or living there. So, yeah. My man Terry Edwards, what's going on, family? Much love to my boy Terry Edwards. Thomas, you said you got one, but you never used it. Ah, you guys are killing me. I need definitive answers so I can make sure that just to make sure that I get the right shit. Because if I'm gonna spend my hard-earned money on something, I want to make sure the shit works. That's all I care about. I got to make sure my shit works. I could care less about anything else, but as long as it works, I am good to go. Yes, Derek, there are quite a few people from the African continent that frequent Manila. I think Manila has really good schools there. That's why they go there. Frederick Mason, just say no to drugs, man. Especially in the Philippines. That shit ain't worth it. My man Malcolm says I could, but most of the time it was unlocked. My lock sack bag. I didn't bring my portable safe. All right. Hemi says, Dr. Mike, how much does a chain cost to change a ticket? Or yeah, are you asking me how much does it cost to change a ticket like in the airport or something like that? Sometimes you actually have to buy whole new tickets. It just depends. My man says there was some Chinese guys. I went over there and they got drunk, caused a small riot, and got their asses whipped. Poor guys. Poor guys. My man says when I used to change the return days on PAL, it used to cost me $250 to almost $700. Despite them saying it should be only $250, they can adjust the return fare difference on the return ticket. Yeah, depending on when you plan on traveling, depending on when you're leaving, and all of that shit, all of that stuff included will definitely play a part in how much your ticket is gonna cost when you decide to change it. It sucks. I hate it because people can make up whatever price they want to, and if you want to change the dates on your ticket, yeah, that sucks ass. That sucks ass. I've seen people go through some serious issues with changing tickets Sometimes they won't even let you do it. Depending on what website you use, if you got it direct from the Philippine Airlines office, you're good. But I've seen people struggle and have to pay hefty penalties and not penalties, but fines or penalties to change the ticket. It sucks. That's why I just recommend you stick to your travel dates. It works better that way. You're right, Malcolm. You're 100% correct. When my boy was asking me earlier, what's my boy's name? Damn, my boy name was that. Oh, my boy Sam, my boy Sam Robinson. When he was asking me those questions earlier, I wanted to tell him, don't give Filipinas your real name ever. People don't know my Filipinas that I've talked to in the past still don't know my real name. Okay, none of them know my real name. My girl knows my real name, of course, because that's my lady. But he was talking about somebody that he was interested in, so that's why I couldn't tell him that a Filipina shouldn't know your real name so that they could search you or look you up on Facebook. But in hindsight, no Filipina outside of my lady and a chosen few girls that I trust know my real name. The ones that I go to school with, yeah, they know my name. But most Filipinas, random ones that I meet on the street, they do not get my real name. None of them. And I think that works. That works in your benefit. It just does. Okay, but if you're interested in a Filipina, be limited on the information you give them. Maybe your last name is your middle name or some shit. I mean, whatever it takes, you'll figure it out. But yeah, you shouldn't really do that. Oh, I didn't know I lost connection, guys. I'm sorry. My bad. Pay that 30 insurance. Jedi. Um, I have watched a few of Rike's videos myself, and I think that Vietnam is definitely a place to check out. You understand? But what I've noticed is I don't necessarily want to go to a location that somebody else has gone to. I want to be the one to report the news. I want to be able to be that guy. So you'll never be the first, of course. You'll never be the first. There'll always be somebody who's done this shit before you. But ultimately, you should be okay. Hold on, guys. I gotta scoot my shit back. Shit. Fuck. This thing's heavy. I'm sorry. All right. But anyways, you'll never be the first. But like I said, you'll be all right. But the way that he's reporting Vietnam is a very respectful way of doing it, and he's sticking it out. That's one thing. That's one thing I can say about the whole entire situation. I don't care how you feel personally about anybody. That man is sticking it out. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's ugly. Whatever happens behind the scenes, whether you're lonely, whether you're this, whether you're that, he's sticking it out. Okay. And you gotta fuck with us. You gotta really respect somebody who gonna stick it out. Good, bad, or ugly. So at the end of the day, you commit to your 6 months. If it's working for you, if it's not working for you, but you still gonna see it through, you gotta like that. Whether you say fuck it, Vietnam was cool, Philippines is where I feel better, I'm going back there. At least he did it. So that's what I say. My boy Eddie Jackson, what's going on, man? My man Malcolm says, I think I'm going to try to change my Facebook name, but it's algorithm X weird before I'm rather use my real name. He said, I'm going to try again. I always change my name. Like I said, Malcolm, instead of changing your algorithm, just change your settings, man. Make sure only you can't be searched. That's why I tell people, I'll add you. Don't add me, because you can't find me. That's what I tell them. My man Derek says, yeah, when you book through Expedia or Cheaper Air, pay the insurance in case you need to change or leave in an emergency. So is that what the insurance is for? Because I didn't pay it. When I used it, I ain't pay the shit. Okay, he put $38 on the ticket. Okay. Okay. All right, you guys are sitting there talking to yourselves. While you guys are talking to yourselves, I appreciate all 25 of you watching the Good Doc as we speak. Go ahead and make sure you caress, molest, and de-stress yourself all over that like button. It would be highly appreciated. If you guys want to support the channel, you already know how to do so. But of course, the Good Doc is happy that you come through, spend just a little bit of your time with him today. Now let's go ahead and get back to our regularly scheduled programming. It's getting hot in this room, man. I need to turn on the air conditioning. One of the beautiful things about being back home, central air. No air conditioner. It's like a ceiling fan and central air. Like my whole house got central air and shit. So that's kind of funny. But yeah. Damn. Y'all buy the insurance, man. I should buy the insurance, but I never buy it. I'm sorry, guys. I don't buy the insurance. Normally, when I make a trip and I'm gonna stick it out, I'll buy what I need when I need it. Make sure that I got my return ticket on point, and that's the best I could do, man. Best I could do. We got 24 likes. Oh shit! We got 24 likes and 24 watching. I could do that. I appreciate it. No dislikes. Somebody's gonna dislike it now, but it's all good. San Juan, that's a funny thing to say about Vietnamese women. Most people say that about Filipinos too. With the exception of the whole V card thing about being crazy jealous, kind of fits the bill. I think that probably works on most women too. Shit. I'm getting tired. It's almost time, guys. It's almost time. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys speak your mind a little bit. Let me know what you're feeling. If you guys got anything you want to ask, anything you want to say about your best travel tips, go ahead and drop it down, man. I say stop telling everyone where you're going, when you're leaving, and when you'll be back. That works for me. You got to make sure that you don't tell everybody what you got going on in your life. It's not that important. You can live your best life without having to shit on other people. Like I said, you guys watch my channel. I go to some places most of the time. I record my videos, having conversations and just sharing my thoughts. I think it makes it easier. But, like I said, man, we do what we do and we make sure that we have fun in the process. I would never take time to use my YouTube channel to shit on nobody. I want people to be able to enjoy Davao or enjoy the Philippines through my perspective, and then naturally come out here and try to see it for themselves one way or another. So Malcolm, I appreciate you enjoying the Davao drone video, man. That was one of my favorite videos to actually upload. All right, that was one of my favorite videos to upload, simply because it showed Davao City in its essence. You guys see it. There are not a lot of tall buildings in Davao at all, with a chosen few. So we're not in a skyscraper place or anything like that. A lot of small shits, even malls and shit, they're not really built high. We got a couple of condos here and there, but I think the most you'll get is like 30 plus stories high, but nothing more than that. I haven't seen too many tall buildings. So we do all right here, man. We do all right. I can tell you that, man. We do okay. My man says don't mess with hookers in Vietnam. Hooker stole Rike's scooter and he couldn't report it. Are you being for real? I don't like rumors. I need definitive proof. I need definitive proof on that one. Yeah, you don't tell them how long you'll be in a country. It can bite you in the ass later. It truly can. Yeah, my man says Filipino is even crazier, but they speak English, so they can communicate to you really how well crazy they can actually be. True. He said, I learned the hard way not to give too much information on anything to any of these girls. True. Got to keep it to yourself, people. Man, fuck that Cardi B treatment, man. Beware of Tempo. That shit is cray-cray. It's the funniest thing you'll ever witness, but it happens, people. Shout out to my boy Michael Booth, man, all the way in Japan. I think my boy's in Japan. I don't know if he's in Japan now or the Philippines, but shout out to the homie Michael Booth. Much love to your family. Shit. Malcolm says, have I ever experienced tempo with my lady? Yes, but that was in the beginning of our relationship. After a while, I never had that problem anymore. Yes, I have. I've had to I have had to put my lady in her place. I hated to do it, but I've had to do that. Sometimes you have to put your foot down and say, look, this shit ain't gonna happen. You do it again, I'm gonna fucking leave your ass. You have to do that sometimes. So in the early parts of our relationship, when she was really trying to figure out what was really good, yeah, we got into it a couple of times. We disagreed. We had our arguments. No different than any relationship, but over time, she realized what was acceptable and what was unacceptable. It was conditioning. And ultimately, it was up to me, because if I wasn't happy and I wanted to leave, I could have left a long time ago because I wasn't dealing with that shit. But I felt like, look, she has a lot of potential, a lot of upside, and at the end of the day, if I really want it, she's gonna have to learn what's acceptable and unacceptable. So over time, she's been conditioned to understand what the good doc likes. Okay, she's been conditioned to understand what is acceptable and unacceptable, and sometimes that's what it takes. It's not gonna be overnight. You're not gonna change them overnight. You are not gonna change them overnight, but you got to be willing to do it. So yes, I've had that before. He says, I have yet to experience it, but I'm just trying to keep it under wraps. You'll likely have one situation every now and again, but it's never enough to kill you. You should be able to be okay with it. Antipolo feels like home. That's what's up. Sam says, in the Philippines, I will tell people my name is Denzel Washington. That's a great name to use, fam. It's a great name to use. If they don't give you tempo, does that mean they don't care? I'm not gonna say that they don't care. It just means, yeah, probably that they're not invested. But if you don't give them a reason to have that attitude, you should be okay. Like I said, most of the time they have that attitude is when it comes to text messages and dealing with other females. If you don't give them a reason to have it, I think you're fine, man. It doesn't mean they don't care, but yeah, it's all good. Heminger, okay. I'm gonna take your word up on that. You're gonna be my venture capitalist for the future orphanage for foreigners. Okay. If we have to open up one, I promise you, I'm gonna be looking out. I'm gonna need people to I'm gonna need some people to donate to the orphanage for the needy, for the new foreigners that have recently been left alone and, yeah, homeless. Derek, I feel your pain, brother. I do. I've never had to deal with a pregnant Filipina, but I feel your pain, because it's hard dealing with pregnant US women or westernized women. Filipinas are probably worse, man. Pregnant temple, because you don't want to stress them out, because you don't want to hurt the baby, or you're going to end up having conversations about this, that, and the other. It's going to be enough to drive you crazy, because like I said, you do not want to make them too mad, because you're going to end up hurting your baby. So, it's just a lot going on. I feel your pain, bro. Okay, so you're still in Japan, man? That's what's up. Appreciate the time, man. San Juan. Okay. My man has a question that I do want to try to satisfy. No, Michael Booth, I have finally made it back to the great state of North Carolina in the United States of America. Been back home for a minute. But let me answer my boy Sam Juan's question. He says, Dr. Mike, Larry made a video saying that most Filipinas want a caveman, like a real man's man. He says they take advantage of you if you're a pushover. Any thoughts? You can't come to the Philippines and be a pussy. Okay? Not okay, bro. I agree 100%. You can't come to the Philippines and be a male vagina. Okay? You just can't, because they will take advantage of you if they know that you're a pushover. Everybody knows that. But as far as a real man's man, a caveman, I think it's more or less the way that you present yourself, because like I said, I'm not gonna, I have a pretty decent physique or some shit. I'm kind of muscular and shit. So yeah, when people see me, they know that I'm not the one to fuck with in person. But just if you're a scrawny nerd type looking dude and you got a small body frame, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're considered a pushover. But I do think that in appearances, they do consider some men to be weak based off of their appearance. But in hindsight, whether you look like me, whether you look like you're a gym rat, whether you look like a nerd, I think they'll recognize that you're a pushover through the conversations they have with you, through the asking for the money, through the doing this, through the doing that. So that'll be able to give them a way to be able to fill you out on if you're a pushover or not. A real man's man, like I said, if you smell good, you can't smell like a caveman. That's not gonna fly. But that's definitely an interesting question, because to say they want really manly men, they want somebody that's gonna that's gonna look like they can take care of them. I do say that. So in hindsight, probably about 90% of that is accurate, but the other 10% is iffy. I'll say that. I'll say that. Um, Get your arguments out of the way early in the AM. Yes, Casey. If you're gonna argue with your girl, argue 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. So by the time it's dinner time, you guys should be good to go. And she not keeping your ass up all night trying to have this conversation. Trust me, many, many late night conversations. I hate that shit. Nothing pisses me off more than when I'm trying to get some sleep and my girl want to have a conversation. 12 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to sleep. I want to sleep. I'm tired. My body hurts. My mind ain't trying to think. Motherfucker want to roll over and have a conversation. Oh my God. Nothing worse, man. Nothing worse. But yes, get them out early. Jedi, you're an interesting character. Everybody's see, this is the beautiful thing about YouTube. And I talked about this on my live stream when I turned 2 years old on YouTube. I talked about this. People run on emotions. If you say shit that's gonna piss people off, you're gonna get a response. If you do things that are gonna make people angry, you'll get a response. If you do things that make people jealous, they're gonna tell you, man, I'm jealous of you. You live a good life. You live an awesome life. Every other video, you're with a beautiful girl, man. I want to live that life. I want to be like you. So if you get people emotionally invested in your content, sometimes I think that's why your average person does it. Okay. I even said that about my boy Overstay Road. I respect this content. I enjoy it. But you put yourself in a video with two beautiful Filipinas saying, this is my wife and my girlfriend. Yes, I got 2 girls. You know how many people are going to have zero problem with that? Nobody. Everybody's going to want to live that life. You're perpetuating an image that people want to live. And I fucking love it. You understand? Because you're making people feel something towards your channel. Give them a reason to love you or hate you, and you'll have always people watching you. So in hindsight, you figure that out, you're gonna work out. So in Larry's situation, like I said, people love him, people hate him. At the end of the day, you can say anything you want to about him, but you're talking about him. That is the beauty of YouTube. Whether you love somebody, whether you hate somebody, as long as you're talking about them, watching them, you're doing them a favor. I say it all the time. So who cares how people feel? Like I said, you may have a conflicting ideology saying, dude's doing this and it's all wrong. Oh, he's doing this and this is wrong. And I don't like what he's doing here. I don't like that. So love him or hate him, man, you're going to have to respect him. I mean, I wouldn't say respect him, but you're going to have to respect the content because it's his and you're watching it. You can just show up at a video just to put a dislike on the video, but you still watching them, right? So, it is what it is, man. So some people, some people's ideologies are a little bit indifferent. Some people hate the way I think. Some people hate me. I never thought that I would be a hated person, but I understand it. At the end of the day, I say shit that some people like. I say shit that some people don't like. Matter of fact, the video today that I posted about old girl, I did that video about old girl today. If you guys didn't see it, check it out. And some people who commented, I didn't put their comments up because I kind of felt it was a little rude and disrespectful to the young lady. So in hindsight, I was like, these people really feel negative towards something that somebody else said in a video. So somebody shares an opinion and you don't like it, you're gonna get all huffy and puffy and pissed off at her or pissed off at me for posting it and having my own views on what was said. At the end of the day, I make you think, I make you feel, I get you emotionally invested. Love it or hate it, you're still gonna watch it, you know? That's why that video did pretty well, in my personal opinion, based on statistics, based on past videos and the way that people responded to watching that video and how quick it got to its number to where it is right now. That's pretty good, you know? So like I said, you got to do what makes people feel a certain kind of way. And you should be okay on YouTube. Shout out to my boy MMA fan. Yeah, the good doc is back in the great state of North Carolina, living life. It was fun. It was real, but back to reality, back to making that money. Oh, did the landlords give you your deposit back? Oh, are you talking to somebody else? My bad. I don't know. My man Derek says, don't start a fight and then say, and then she says, do you want dinner? Don't eat the dinner. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. I am not about to get my ass killed. Never get into a fight and then let them fix you food. Nah, we're going to go out to eat tonight. That's funny. My man Hemi says, Dr. Mike, I'll interrupt the girl sleep in the middle of the night when she says no sex scamming like a few on my last trip. That's kind of funny. You wake them up in the middle of the night and see if they've reconsidered your deal. That's kind of funny, but let's not get aggressive now. That's not cool, bro. But yeah. Oh, man. Exactly, Sam One. Whether you love somebody or hate somebody, as long as you feel a certain kind of way about them, people are going to watch you. And then they're going to tell other people to watch you. Think of it like this. I'm going to put it, let me expose some truth, because this is what the good doc does. I am a very analytical person. I don't know if you know that yet, but I do business. Okay, I graduated from a doctorate in business administration. When I was in my undergrad, I graduated with a degree in marketing management. So all of the tactics that I see on YouTube, I know it when I see it. Okay, let me use my boy Larry for example. Like I said, love him or hate him, this is what you do. When Larry started out, because again, I like to watch people just like everybody else. Just because I'm on YouTube doesn't mean that I don't support other channels or I don't watch other channels. Like my boy Big Kev, you know, I watch all of my boys on TV. Jay, you know, I have people that I fuck with in this YouTube thing, you know? So when I first watched Larry, and I'm just going to expose some truth, because if you look at it in hindsight, I can tell you exactly how this game goes. Larry's first videos, scroll all the way back to when he first started. Every video, every single video had a girl in it. Either it was the same girl or he would switch them up every 2 or 3 videos. So he always had a pretty girl next to him. Or always. That shit brung his channel from like 600 subscribers to 1,000 in a short span. When me and Jay found out about his channel, and if I can find that live stream, I'll show it because I think it was on my channel. When me and Jay found out about escaping to the Philippines, I looked at Jay and I said this, and I told him, you can quote me on this. He's going to be the one to probably outdo all of us in this sector. He's going to grow exponentially. Matter of fact, he's what, over 3,000 plus right now. I think it's 3.4 or some shit like that. And I'm not wrong. You know what I'm saying? He's outdoing, you know, your average. Like I said, you know, it's not everybody he's outdoing, but I knew that he was going to do well because he pandered to the thought process of these thirsty ass men. Put a pretty Filipina in a video next to you. Show them this is what I got next to me. I want you to be jealous of the fact that this is my girl at the moment. Look at this chick. She fine as hell. Look at her, love her, and you know, y'all gonna watch my content as a result. Fast forward a couple of months or so. What ended up happening was I remembered catching a video where it was just him having a conversation with his people. It wasn't a live stream, it was just a random video. I think he may have went home and then came back to the Philippines. And when he first got back, he was just doing videos, you know, just making videos. I scrolled down to the comment section because I like to see what people are talking about because I'm funny like that. Again, Mike is analytical. I like to think. You got to study your people. Every other comment on that particular video was, yo, man, where the girls at? Show me the girls, man. Nice video, but where the girls at, man? I want to see some pretty thick Filipinas, man. Show me the girls and shit. And in hindsight, the whole situation came out to where it started to be more about the females than about, you know, his channel and his content. Everybody just wanted to see who was with him at the time. And even today, that's kind of what it is. You know, you respect the channel. If you like it or love it or hate it, at the end of the day, you feel something about it. So all the guys that were hyping him up, that love him because he's got these beautiful women in the video. Some of them love the content. Then you have those that absolutely can't stand him. Ultimately, he's made people feel. And he started out, in hindsight, the way that your average foreigner would normally start out. Checking out the girls in the bar scene, being with beautiful Filipinas, this, that, and the other. And then it kind of, you know, got into where it is today. Got him to where he is today. So, in hindsight, I know how this shit works. Shout out to my boy Overstay Road. Like I said, man, you put a beautiful Filipina, call her your wife, and then your girlfriend. Do you know how many people are going to watch you because you say, I'm having a fantastic relationship with my wife and then also my girlfriend? Like, how was that even possible? Oh, you the man, yo. Oh, my God, I want to be so much like you. You're my idol. All hail the king, right? That's how the game goes, man. And if you're not smart and you don't know how to play it, you get left in the wayside. You get left behind. So everybody has a tipping point. And like I say, I understand it when I see it because it's marketing at its finest. The way that we are on camera may be the way that we are off camera for some YouTubers. The good doc is 100% himself. 99.9% of the time, the energy I give you on here is the energy I'm going to give you off camera, because with the exception of the yelling, I might talk a little lower. I might not scream at you, but the energy that I give you and who I am as a person, you're going to get that same energy off camera. So at the end of the day, you got to respect a YouTuber, whether you love them or hate them, the content, you got to respect them for the way that they deliver it, because they're doing it in a way that is going to get the most amount of attention. You understand? That's what YouTube is all about. YouTube is about titling, content, consistency. And I try my best to be good with my titles and good with my consistency, and people love the content. I'm not going to surround myself with pussy because I can't. I got a female. If I was single, chances are I would have plenty of females around me. I promise you. I know too many to be alone in a video. You know, so, you know, that's neither here nor there. But that's how this game goes, man. That's how the game goes. And if you know how to play it, you'll always win. Regardless, you'll always win. Always win. And that's just me. Like I said, man, I'm analytical in this bitch. I study shit. And, you know, it's not because, you know, the reason that I study it is because it's not the fact that I don't have anything else better to do. It's simply because when I look at people, I want to understand, why do you like this guy? Why do you hate this guy? So that I can figure it out. And when I figure it out, I'm like, okay, I see the consistency in the videos. I see the content. I see what people say in the videos. I read the comment sections. And that's how you figure out how they're manipulating the YouTube game. It's a beautiful thing. Like I said, this isn't competition. Trust me. Everybody can eat on YouTube. What's what people fail to realize? This shit is not a competition. YouTube is not a competition. Just because you have 10,000 subscribers and I got 2.8, it's a matter of opinion on whether people think that I'm a good content creator or you are a good content creator. Everybody's content creation is not the same. I'm not trying to be like you, and I know you guys are damn sure not trying to be like me. So at the end of the day, YouTube is a place where we can all eat. So this isn't a competition. So if you see what somebody else is doing on a YouTube channel and you be like, you know what, I can do that. I like that. I could do it a little bit better if I do it this way. Why wouldn't you do it? You understand? That's how it works, man. Find a way to do your thing and make it better. You know, that's kind of how I feel. Thomas Love, man, I hope you have a great trip, man, and I hope your young lady is everything that you want her to be when you meet her. My boy Casey said we got 29 likes. I appreciate the 29 likes. My man says, Jedi says, YouTube are too heavy on monetization. Damn, they banned old Benny, man. Yeah, but Benny's back though. Shout out to my boy Benny. Benny came on last night towards the end of my live stream, but shout out to the boy, man. We love Benny. You saw her a year ago? Okay, that's what's up. My man said, I meant he was showing some girls in the strip bar, not his own girls, and they were just in panties and doing. Oh, nah. With Benny, that was different. Benny wasn't doing that. Like I said, okay, he said he got 4,000. There you go. Like I said, last time I checked, it was at 3.4. Like I said, I'm not there every day. Don't hold my hands to the flame. I'm not looking at everybody's YouTube channel every single day. I don't study them like that. But last time I checked, it was like 3.4. But now that he's over $4,000, that lets you further know, love him or hate him, channel's going to grow. And you got to respect it. Like I said, you don't have to like him, but you're going to respect him. You're going to put some respect on that name. That's what we tell him. Put some respect on his name. Ah, man. You got to do this shit right, man. Oh, yeah. I mean, I know that Benny didn't show his girl. No, never. You know, I think he got nothing but love for his chick. So, yeah, I didn't think that he would ever do that. But, yeah, YouTube is going to get him. YouTube took his ass off quick, too. Yeah, Malcolm. Definitely emphasis on thirsty ass dudes. It happens. My man Jedi says views are what pays on YouTube subs. To be consistent, high views is where the money is at. For the most part, you know, you definitely do well. You definitely do well. San Juan, there is always a way to do both. So if we can make that happen, I'll definitely do that. You can always email me, man. We can always talk about it. Like I said, there is always a classy way to be able to do both. There is. But at the end of the day, when I like I said, I got time to think about it. So, like I said, when season 2 comes around, like I said, guys, when season 2 of your boy in the Philippines comes back around, you're going to know about it and it's going to be awesome. I'm telling you, it's going to be way better than season 1. Okay. I showed you some shit here and there, but season 2 is going to be the shit. Okay. We're going to have so much fun in season 2. So many great ideas, so many things to do, so many things to see, and it's going to go down. And I appreciate you guys sticking it out with me. And I think that when we actually make it to season 2, that might be the growing point. Maybe, maybe not. But we're definitely going to shut it down, man. Derek, Benny he's commenting. He commented on my last video. Flying back to when I flew back home. He commented on the video. So I'm not sure if he's putting up content, but he's back on. I think he's got a new IP. Matter of fact, the live stream last night, he joined us late in the game. Of course, he showed his love through a super chat. So if you want to check that out, in the last video, within the last 30 minutes of the live stream, he showed up. So, you know, he's back. Delvante, man, you got to have a fake name. Everybody knows you got to have a fake name in the Philippines. My name is John Smith. They'd be like, really? Hey, John. Hey, John. Can you imagine? Do you want to know the reason why I started using fake names? To keep it real with you, before I got into a relationship, I used to talk to a whole bunch of girls. And let's say, for example, I tell a girl my name is John, but one girl knows my name as, hypothetically, let's say, I would tell another girl my name is, give me a quick, easy name. I would say something like Walter or something stupid like James. I'll use James. So while the other girl would see me in the mall and she's like, hey, John, hey, John, hey, John, the other girl knows me as James, right? So at the end of the day, I'd be like, I don't know who the fuck she talking to. She ain't talking to me. My name is James. My name isn't John. You know, so that was kind of why I used to do that shit before, just in case. But it happens. I'm just talking shit. But yeah, fake names work. You got to have a fake name. Everybody's got to have a pseudo name. Yeah, I don't think he put up content yet. He may or may not. I hope he does. But he sent me some content in my messenger, and I was like, this guy is fucking awesome. He does not give a fuck. It was a 7-minute video. This dude's crazy. So they didn't let him do his shit. He said, Mike, I did not experience them calling me Joe. What? Malcolm, you never got the Hey Joe comment? You lucky bastard. I get Hey Joe every time I walk out. I don't care where I'm at. Hey Joe. How you doing, Joe? I hear that shit so much. That shit makes my head spin. Sucks. If you keep your girl around with you with the hotel and the hotel staff, yeah, maybe they'll figure it out then. But your girl gotta really want to know your name. I would say never bring them back to your hotel unless that's really your girl. Best way for me to tell you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been fun, has been real, but now I'm tired. Okay, it's officially about 10:15. I'm done. I am done. Tapos na. I am officially finished. Best way to tell them, tapos na. All right, so let me go ahead and get my quick shout outs real quick. Shout out to my boy Casey, much love to you. Jedi, my boy Malcolm. Delvante, much love to you. Shout out to the homeboy Derek, much love to your family. My boy Sam Juan. We're going to have to chop it up one day soon. My boy Thomas Love, appreciate you being here. Hemi, Mrs. Heminger, appreciate you showing up. Who else we got? My boy MMA fan. What's going on, bro? Appreciate you coming through. My boy Michael Booth. Much love to you, my dude. Shit. Who else we got? My boy Sam Robinson, man. Much love to you. Thank you for coming through, showing some love to the good doc. Yali World. Appreciate you being here. Guys, get the likes up on your way out. I would highly appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and shut it down in a minute. Uno momento. Eddie Jackson, man. Much love to you, bro. Appreciate you coming through. Shit. Who else we got? My boy Frederick Mason from the great state of North Carolina. Appreciate you coming through and showing some love, man. My boy Jerry from Philippines Bound. Appreciate you being here, Jerry. Shit. Who else we got? My boy Mr. Wonderful. I see you, family. Appreciate you coming through. I'm thinking about that lock tote bag. I might need it. Maybe not. We're gonna think about that. My boy Thomas Travers. What's going on, bro? Appreciate you coming through. I gotta get you all, fellow traveler. Much love to you, my dude. Appreciate you coming through. Captain Spalding. Me and you, we always seem to be on the same page. My boy MD. Appreciate you being here. All of us men in the chat that actually have relationships. That's funny. Some of us don't. Some of us do. Some of us want to be players for life. And I can't be mad at those who choose that lifestyle. My boy Brian S. My boy Big Kev. Appreciate you coming through and showing some love, man. Shit. Who else we got? I got to make my boy James Miller. Much love to you from the great state of Indiana. See you in the building. Lowland Profits. My boy OWM. Appreciate you guys coming through. My boy Fred Funky Town. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I have officially shouted out every single last one of you guys. Ooh, I'm tired now. I'm good. I'm too damn done. I'm done. All right. But we good. I appreciate all of you guys coming through and showing some love. Kuya is definitely a name you don't want to hear. I don't like the word Kuya. Older brother. I ain't your older brother. You don't have sex with your older brother, do you? So I don't like that. Well, you shouldn't be, I should say. But I'm not going to say anything else before I get my ass in trouble, because you know I say things that are highly inappropriate, which is why they call me the good doc, because I love touching everybody in the most inappropriate way humanly possible. If I couldn't do that and I couldn't be myself, then YouTube would not be a place for me. We made it to 30 likes, guys. That is awesome. Hell of a fun time. I'll try to be on tomorrow. Maybe not. Don't hold my hand to the flame. Maybe Friday. Some shit like that. Yeah. Tell them, man, you ain't about to friend zone me, bitch. I did a video on that. And the video was titled, if you guys want to catch that video, if you want to watch it, because I did that one a long time ago in 2017. I said, you do not want to hear a Filipina call you this. I think that was the title. Something like that. The last thing you want is a Filipina to call you this. And in the video, I said, you do not want a Filipina calling you Kuya, because that's how they friends on your ass. Like, I ain't about to be your older brother. Fuck that shit. I don't like you like that. We ain't friendly like that. But yeah, guys, it was fun. Okay, I'm good. Without further ado, the good doc is officially out. At least, Nicole. paalam, which means we are going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Mahal kita, mabuhay. Peace.